Imagine a universe where happiness does not depend on external approval or affection. A place where furtive glances, unanswered calls, or waiting for a message don't dictate your mood. In this hypothetical world, self-esteem and fulfillment spring from within you, independent of external validations. Happiness resides within you, unwavering in the face of external actions or thoughts. Your self-worth is not defined by the attention or validation you receive from others. Have you ever wondered how to make someone miss you a lot? How to leave an indelible mark on your heart and mind? How to create a bond so deep that your absence feels like a void impossible to fill? The answer can be found in ancient Stoic philosophy, a school of thought that has survived the test of time and that emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in harmony with nature. You may wonder how this is related to loving someone. Stay with me. In today's video, we take a deep dive into the Stoic way of living and loving while exploring how to make them miss you, not by playing or strategizing your every move, but by becoming a beacon of self-sufficiency and contentment. We'll explore some Stoic principles that can help you achieve that goal. You'll learn how to cultivate qualities that make you irresistible, how to create memorable experiences, and how to maintain a deep connection with the people you care about. Without realizing it, we will become more attractive. Are you ready to begin the journey towards a fuller and more meaningful life? Being missed is not about games or manipulation, but about cultivating qualities that make you shine with your own light, attracting people who value you for who you are. By adopting the principles of Stoicism, we can not only enrich our lives, but also transform our relationships in the most unexpected ways. Number 1. Self-improvement versus external validation. In the realm of love and relationships, we often find ourselves craving the attention and affection of others, believing that this external validation is the key to our happiness. But Stoicism introduces a counterintuitive approach by focusing on encouraging self-improvement, emotional independence, and appreciating the present moment without attachment. In our search for happiness and fulfillment, it is incredibly easy to fall into the trap of seeking external validation. We often measure our worth by the reactions, opinions, and attention we receive from others, especially in the realm of personal relationships. Imagine the freedom of being yourself without the constant search for acceptance, the ability to enjoy your emotions and experiences without depending on other people's approval. But what if I told you that there is a more empowering and lasting path to happiness? This path takes us to scenarios where relationships are based on mutual respect and genuine interest in each other, not on the need to fill emotional voids. Human connection is strengthened by being free from dependency and attachment. The Stoic path teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while accepting what we cannot control, which includes the feelings and behaviors of others. This does not mean becoming indifferent or unemotional, but rather it is about recognizing that true satisfaction and self-esteem come from within, not from someone else's approval or attention. Think about this. When we depend on someone to miss us or want us, we give them our power. We become reactive to their actions or lack thereof, which can take us on a roller coaster of emotions. However, Stoicism offers us the tools to get out of this journey. By cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation, we build a strong, resilient character that finds joy in personal growth and achievement. This does not mean that we should isolate ourselves or stop caring about others. Stoicism does not advocate emotional detachment, but resilience. It encourages us to form healthy, meaningful relationships based on mutual respect and understanding, not neediness or dependency. Additionally, by prioritizing self-improvement, we naturally become more intriguing and attractive to others. People are attracted to confident people, passionate about their activities and happy with themselves. Ironically, the less we focus on making someone miss us, the more likely this is to happen because we are living our best, most authentic lives. So let's start shifting our focus from seeking validation to nurturing our inner world. Let's invest time in learning new skills, exploring new hobbies, and deepening our understanding of who we are and what we stand for. This journey of self-improvement is not only rewarding in itself, but it also makes us more admirable and, yes, impossible in the eyes of others. Remember that the goal of Stoicism is not to suppress our desires or deny our need for connections, but to remind us that our happiness and worth do not depend on them. By anchoring ourselves in the principles of Stoicism, we can enjoy a life of peace, contentment, and true independence. Focusing on self-improvement and finding joy within ourselves is where true happiness lies. Stoicism invites us to reflect on the importance of cultivating self-esteem and emotional self-sufficiency. By finding happiness within ourselves, we can build healthier, more authentic relationships without relying on external validation to define our worth. Your inner strength allows you to navigate life without depending on constant approval. You are able to cultivate healthy and meaningful relationships without basing your well-being on them. You become the architect of your own happiness, building a full and satisfying life from within. Number 2, independence and emotional resilience. The heart of Stoicism is the understanding that our reactions to external events are under our control, even if the events themselves are not. This principle is incredibly empowering. It means that we hold the key to our emotional state, granting us a level of independence that is liberating. Emotional resilience, according to Stoicism, is not about numbing ourselves to feelings or detaching ourselves from the world around us. It is about recognizing our emotions, understanding them, and deciding not to let them dictate our actions. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. This is not just a personal strategy. Peace is a roadmap to emotional resilience. When we stop allowing external factors such as the actions of others or social pressures to influence our well-being, we cultivate a sense of independence that is both profound and practical. This independence does not mean isolation. On the contrary, it allows us to relate to the world from a place of strength and self-confidence. Let's consider the concept of emotional resilience in the context of relationships. Stoicism teaches us that while we can love and care for others, our happiness should not depend on their presence or approval. This perspective encourages us to build relationships based on mutual respect and genuine connection rather than dependency or fear of loneliness. By fostering emotional resilience, we become able to enjoy deep and meaningful relationships without losing ourselves in them. Furthermore, Stoicism's emphasis on living in accordance with nature, accepting the air and flow of life, reinforces our emotional resilience. It reminds us that change is the only constant and that our ability to adapt is a measure of our strength. This adaptability does not come from a place of passivity, but from an active commitment to our values, goals, and the pursuit of virtue. So how do we cultivate this independence and emotional resilience? It starts with self-awareness, regularly reflecting on our thoughts, emotions, and responses to life's challenges. This involves practicing gratitude, focusing on the present moment, and engaging in activities that align with our values, and fundamentally requires us to challenge our perceptions by asking whether our emotional responses are based on current realities or outdated beliefs. By embracing Stoicism, we learn to navigate the storms of life, not by seeking shelter, but by becoming our own lighthouse. This journey toward independence and emotional resilience is not a lonely one. It is enriched by the wisdom of those who walked this path before us. As we incorporate Stoic principles into our lives, we discover that our joy is our strength in adversity, and our ability to maintain balanced relationships grows exponentially. In this scenario, you free yourself from the emotional chains that bind you to the opinions of others. Your self-worth is not affected by the attention or lack thereof from those around you. You are the owner of your happiness, capable of finding it in your own passions, achievements, and experiences. Achieving this state of emotional freedom can be a challenging path. It requires deep work on self-knowledge, acceptance, and personal development. However, the fruits of this journey are invaluable. A full, authentic life, free of the emotional ties that prevent you from reaching your true potential. Number 3, creating a meaningful life. Stoic philosophers such as Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus often spoke of the importance of living a life aligned with one's own nature and that of the universe. At its core, this is about recognizing what really matters in life and dedicating ourselves to it. For the Stoics, meaning is not found in external successes or the accumulation of wealth and accolades, but in the cultivation of virtue, wisdom, and integrity. Contribute to the common good, participate in the community, and develop relationships based on respect and understanding. Creating a meaningful life involves diving deep into our inner selves and asking difficult questions about who we are and what we stand for. It requires us to identify our values and live by them, even when we face challenges or when it would be easier to simply go with the flow of social expectations. Stoicism offers a compass in this introspection that urges us to consider not only our actions, but also the intentions behind them. Do we act out of virtue, or are we motivated by a desire for external validation? Additionally, Stoicism teaches us about the impermanence of external conditions and the importance of focusing on what remains within our control. This perspective frees us from the tyranny of trying to control the uncontrollable and directs our energies toward where we can truly make a difference, toward our own attitudes, choices, and responses to the world around us, thereby creating meaning. Life is less about what we accomplish and more about how we live and the mindset with which we approach our days. Taking a Stoic approach to life also means accepting that suffering and setbacks are natural parts of the human experience. Instead of perceiving them as obstacles to our happiness, we can see them as opportunities for growth, resilience, and a deeper understanding of the complexities of life. This does not mean that we seek out suffering, but rather that we find meaning by overcoming it, learning from it, and moving forward with a strengthened spirit and a more compassionate heart. In practice, creating a meaningful life involves both small daily acts and big gestures, such as the kindness we show to others, the integrity with which we carry out our work, and the passion we bring to our activities. A meaningful life is found in the moments we take to reflect on our place in the universe, appreciate nature, engage in acts of self-care, and foster connections with others. These acts based on Stoic principles are woven together to form the tapestry of a life well lived. By anchoring our lives in Stoicism, we equip ourselves with the tools to not only meet challenges, but to thrive in the midst of them, finding joy, purpose, and meaning in every step of the journey. Number 4, let go of the desire for control. The Stoics recognized early on that much of our frustration, anxiety, and even despair comes from our insistence on controlling the uncontrollable. We often spend enormous energy trying to shape the outcomes of circumstances and even other people to our will, only to discover that much of it is beyond our reach. This understanding is not intended to discourage us. Its objective is to free us from self-imposed chains that bind us to unattainable expectations. Adopting the guidance of Stoicism to give up the desire for control does not mean that we become passive observers of our own lives, but rather it is about focusing our efforts on the sand. Where we can really make a difference in our internal world is in the realm of our perceptions, decisions, and reactions, where we have genuine mastery. Here we can cultivate virtues such as patience, understanding, and resilience, and find peace. Letting go of control, according to Stoic philosophy, involves a deep acceptance of the natural flow of events. It's about understanding the difference between our efforts and their results, recognizing that while we can strive to influence the former, the latter often remain beyond our reach. This doesn't negate the value of effort, it just puts it in a healthier perspective. When we align our actions with our values and distance ourselves from specific outcomes, we engage with life more fully and authentically. Additionally, this Stoic teaching encourages us to see every moment as an opportunity to practice acceptance and grow in wisdom. It invites us to question our deeply held beliefs about control, success, and security. In doing so, we often discover that our true strength lies not in exerting control over the external world, but in mastering our inner landscape in practical terms. Letting go of the desire for control means embracing flexibility and adaptability. It means being open to the unexpected. Finding the courage to face uncertainties with a calm mind and open heart is about learning to respond to life's challenges with grace, seeing them as opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. As we incorporate this Stoic principle into our lives, we find that our stress levels decrease and our appreciation for the present moment increases. We begin to understand that control is not the key to happiness, balance, acceptance, and inner harmony. We are letting go of our desire for control, as Stoicism teaches. It's not about giving up our power, but rather reclaiming it in its most potent form. It is a journey toward inner freedom, marked by a profound transformation in the way we perceive and interact with the world. As we embark on this journey, we discover a life marked not by the external validation of control, but by the internal validation of peace, resilience, and a deep and abiding sense of purpose. Stoicism offers more than just a set of principles, presents us with a way of living deeply rooted in wisdom, resilience, and peace. It teaches us to focus on what really matters, guiding us through the ebb and flow of life with grace and composure. Stoic principles are not just abstract concepts, but practical tools that can be integrated into the fabric of our daily lives, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and deeper understanding. By embracing Stoicism, we are not only learning to detach from outcomes that are beyond our control, we are also learning to value and fully engage with the present moment, to appreciate beauty and simplicity, and foster connections rich in meaning and virtue. It is about cultivating an inner sanctuary of peace that remains strong no matter what storms may hit us. Stoic wisdom does not promise a life free of trouble or pain, but something much more valuable: the strength to face adversity with courage, the wisdom to choose actions. It teaches us that while we cannot have control over the external world, we have the power to control our perceptions, decisions, and reactions as we incorporate Stoic principles into our lives. We find that our perspective on happiness, success, and fulfillment begins to change. That true satisfaction does not come from external praise or possessions, but from living in accordance with our deepest values and virtues. And in this discovery lies the key to a life of deep meaning and joy. Stoic principles are not a magic formula to ensure that you are irresistible and missed, but they are valuable tools for cultivating deep, meaningful, and lasting relationships. By applying these teachings in your daily life, you will be sowing the seeds to create connections that stand the test of time and distance. Let us remember, the Stoic journey towards a full, happy, and meaningful life is not a solo effort. It is a path we travel together, supporting each other through shared wisdom and experiences. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you liked today's video, give us a like, and I invite you to continue exploring and growing together in the empowering and timeless Stoic wisdom.